Uh, Alright guys, so Commander Swap is here, and this is what I did. I'm gonna talk about it. Why did I do Joan for Nevsky and Philip for Caesar? So, first things first, I was actually gonna do Arthur. I was gonna do Nevsky for Arthur, but, Arthur wasn't selectable in the Commander Swap. Arthur wasn't available to use in the Commander Swap. So I did that, and then they removed Trial Arthur and then put him in Commander Swap. So that sucks, but whatever. And then I did Philip for Caesar. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about why. So the reason, we'll start off with Joan. And the reason why I did Joan is because I just think she's far superior than Nevsky in every single way. I think she deals more damage. I just think she's better. She's tankier. Well, she's not tankier, but with the support tree, she's going to be moving faster throughout the open field. That's really good. More rage gen and taking skill damage reduction on the support tree plus the cavalry tree. Really nice, really nice. So I just think that Joan is much better than Nevsky. But the reason why I did this is because I had one skill reset and my calves were in a really bad spot. For those of you that follow me, you know that my calves were in a really bad spot. I only use calves when my hospital is full and I need to kill troops. So the reason why I did Joan for Nevsky was because Nevsky was 5-5-3-1. So I knew I had very high chances of getting this last skill maxed out. So I took her to 5-5-3-1 from the Commander Swap, used my skill reset, and got her to 5-4-2-3. I think that's a pretty good spot to just stop, honestly. In the future, I will be using more skill resets to try and get the last skill maxed out. But the reason why I did this was because I just wanted like a base level starting point for my calves. For just moving into 2025, for a base level starting point, I think Joan is fine as a starting point for the calves. In the future, I can decide if I want to go with Arthur. That's fine. I could do Philip if I wanted to. I could do Joan Miyamoto. I do have his double relic. And I could do Joan Mehmed with his double relic. The point being is that I really just needed to fix my cavalry situation. Nevsky is really, I'm not liking him at all anymore. His 20% health is conditional. It's only when you're outside of Alliance territory. This anti-swarm technology only works when you're being swarmed. It's more conditional stuff. Yeah, so once you get onto territory, this 20% health is out the window. And then this stuff only works if the current target of this commander's troop is surrounded. So, whatever, it's nice, but it has to be surrounded for you to be getting the benefit from it. You have to be outside of territory for you to get the benefit of this. Nevsky just feels super conditional with a lot of things. On top of that, single target damage factor, no AoE. So that's why I did Nevsky for Joan. This is really just like, Joan is just like the starting point for my calves moving into 2025. And yeah. Now, let's talk about Philip. So I did Philip for Caesar, and my Caesar was 5-3-1-1. I could have gotten an expertise Philip if I had swapped out my Honda or YSS, but that's very dumb. That's very, very dumb. Honda plays a very crucial role in just being a universal skill damage secondary for any commander that I need, and the value of having that versatility has shown in past KVKs. And as my marches grow, as my commander list grows with more commanders, having Honda there is nice. So I wasn't going to do that. I did actually consider YSS, considering that YSS is a pretty outdated garrison. The only thing is that having an expertise YSS on your wall behind Hera or like behind a triple relic Charles, it is actually a decent garrison, just to protect you from rogue players and Shadow Legion. So that's why I decided to not do that. Plus the idea Plus the idea is that like once you expertise a commander, you kind of want him there. Very, very pointless for me to expertise Honda and YSS to then swap them out for Philip. Now I have Philip, but I don't have YSS or I don't have Honda. Anyways, the reason why I did Philip only to 5311 is because I am going to be investing into Philip this year anyways. And I'm planning on, I'm gonna expertise Philip. Ragnar, I actually have been changing my mind about expertising him just because of what his expertise does. It is the highest AoE skill damage from an infantry commander. The only problem is that that's all what it is just raw skill damage. I think Ragnar is a sweet spot at 5515, but the reason why I'm kind of holding back on investing in Ragnar right now is just because we have infantry as the next cycle. So I really want to wait and see what we have. Because if next infantry is Smite, well, that's fine for me because it'll pair really good with Liu Che. If next infantry is skill damage, then that's also fine for me because it'll pair really great with Ragnar, Honda, or Sippy, or even Philip. If it is Smite, it'll pair great with Philip, it'll pair great with Constantine, and it'll pair great with Liu Che. So I'm in a pretty fine spot with that. Initially, I was very upset about the fact that Arthur wasn't available from Commander Swap at first, and then I did the Commander Swap, and then they canceled Trial Arthur, and then they put him in Commander Swap. I was upset about that initially, and I still am a little bit, but I think it ended up playing out fine because I actually prefer Joan over Nevsky as a starting point. This is, like I said, it's just a starting point. I still have lots of work to do on my cav equipment. I have lots of work to do. I do have Ash of the Dawn. I need to craft that, and then I gotta get rid of these boots. And then I'll be at a usable spot if I can get Mountain Crushers and Ash of the Dawn, I'll be at a good spot to start using my Cav March. But with this equipment, for the time being, I'm not going to run it at all. Yeah, so that's why I did what I did for Commander Swap, was that I just needed to fix my cavalry setup. Joan Minamoto is better than Nevsky Minamoto, I think. And Joan Mehmed is also better than Nevsky Mehmed. Nevsky did pair good with Honda. That is true, that Nevsky was really good with Honda, and that was like the best pair I had for Nevsky. But like I said, Nevsky being super conditional with his health only being when you're off of a line's territory, and this only benefiting if the current target of the commander's troop is surrounded. Very conditional. So a lot of the times you're not even getting the full benefit of his skills. So Joan is honestly just better. Double AoE, rage gen, faster march speed, lots of skill damage taken reduction here and there. So yeah, that was a very good starting point for my calves now. I am a little bit happy with my calves now. I think I tweaked it out a bit since Joan is much better. And moving into 2025, whatever cavalry comes out, I can just pair it with Joan anyways, and it'll be great. And as for Philip, I'm planning on investing in him this year. For this year, my investment plan is Ragnar and Philip for the entirety of 2025. It's going to be Ragnar, Philip, and the new infantry commander that we have coming out in, I believe, 3 months. In 2 or 3 months now, we're going to be getting new infantry. After the new infantry is revealed, then I can go back and tweak up my archers, take Herman to 5551, and then probably expertise my LC. So basically, I won't be touching calves for quite a while. Pretty much for like the next year and a half, I won't touch calves at all unless some super insane meta breaking cav commander comes out. Arthur is really good, but I don't think he's that game changing to the point where he's gonna break the meta entirely. I think he is game changing in the Cav meta. I do think he's game changing for Cavs, but as the game entirety, no, I don't think he's gonna break the game entirety. I think Ragnar's really amazing. Philip's really amazing. LC is still really amazing. Plus, new infantry are like 2 months away or 3 months away. So this is good for me because if it's a skill damage commander, it pairs great with Ragnar. If it's a smite, it pairs great with LC. But yeah, so this is what I did for commander swap. I don't know, it's pretty fine. I'm gonna take you guys over to my alt account and show you what I did for my alt account. So welcome to my alt account, where we are currently in the first KVK4. This is what I did for commander swap. So I did get Arthur on this account. I had Alex at 5511, and Alex is good. But the only problem with Alex is that he's only good if he's expertised and triple relic, and only if he's paired with LC. So Alex is even more conditional than Nevsky. As for Charles, I think Charles is actually good with his triple relic. The only problem is I'm not going to buy his triple relic, so that's why I swapped him out for Ragnar. So for this account, I did get Arthur at 5511. Super solid 5511, by the way. I'm going to leave him here for quite a while. Super solid 5511. Just a little bit of extra skill damage here. And that skill damage, I think the skill damage he only gets benefit from the skill damage if he's a secondary. If he's a primary, he gets the combo attack damage instead. So a little bit of conditional restrictions right there. So I'm fine leaving him at 5511. His last skill's good. His third skill's kind of meh. His last skill is good. But yeah, so because his third skill's meh, I think 5511's fine. He's bringing March speed. He's bringing cav attack and health. HQ doesn't have any health at all, so that's perfect for me. This is the one March I run on this account. I only run this one account, and that's HQ Arthur. Prior to that, I was running HQ Joan, and my Joan was 5111. But now that I have Arthur, I think this account's in a much, much better spot. And yeah, it saved my account. I genuinely believe that commander swap had saved my account. I got this in the middle of KVK, where we have two more big fights coming up. We have one more pass coming up, and then we have Kingsland coming up. And then as for the Ragnar, I swapped them out just for similar to Joan on my main. This is just like the base. This is like a base starting point. I think moving to 2025, for a base starting point for infantry, you want the bare minimum to be what Ragnar provides. What Ragnar provides is kind of the bare minimum of what you want for infantry in 2025. So that's my starting point for infantry. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I don't know what you guys think. Comment down below what you guys think. Comment what you guys use for commander swap. I'm really interested to hear. And this has been Lizard Jesus. I'll see you guys in the next one.